Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Premier Wrestling Hall of Fame, where immortality is accomplished. My name is Xander Garcia.
And I am Rebel. And we have got an amazing group of inductees tonight. So sit back, have a drink, non-alcoholic for you little ones, and let's have a blast.
Absolutely. Now, in the Hall of Fame, this is where it is not only rewarded, but it is set forever. It is the accomplishments, it is the hard work, it is the dedication and commitment to Premier Wrestling, where we show everyone.
And you know, I've been at that table before, figuratively, and let me tell you, it is the most nerve-wracking and exhilarating experience. To sit there and know that all your hard work is being recognized, and you know, and everybody is there to celebrate you.
Yes, indeed. So I say, let's get this going with our first speaker. Now, this man actually needs no introduction, but he very much prefers it. He's been here from the beginning. Who is it? Who is it, Rebel? I'll let you say who it is.
Please rise and welcome your Lord.
Heavy is the crowd.
Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen. It is my absolute honor to present this year's After the Bell Award to somebody who truly redefines what it means to give back to this community. I have the privilege of winning this a few ceremonies ago, and I can tell you from experience that it's not just an award. It represents the respect from your peers, the admiration from the community, and it shows that not just what you do on the outside of the spotlight, but what you do inside it matters. And trust me, this is one award you cannot win by cutting a really good promo or a lucky finisher. You've got to work really hard to get this one. The receipt of this reward has done absolutely amazing work training new talent, being a steady ear for rookies when they're trying to find their way, helping everyone in the community, both veteran and trainee, develop. And his patience, encouragement, and wisdom have helped create some of the performers you see here today. In front of the curtain, he continues to set standards. He delivers unbelievable matches under any circumstance. He continuously is professional, creative, and passionate about what he does. And I imagine he's had a lot of sleepless nights training people and also trying to put on some of these matches. Some of you may know that I actually had the pleasure of meeting this person in real life, which is why I've been given the honor of representing and giving this award today. And with complete honesty, I can say that the guy that you get here in Second Life is the exact same guy as you get in real life. He's genuine, kind, supportive, and endlessly inspiring. What you see is what you get with this individual. I nearly gave the award to somebody else then. And we thank him every day for what he's done in the locker room, with the veterans, with the rookies, with the fans. He just goes to show that being a champion doesn't just mean being a champion in the ring. It can mean just as much being a champion outside of the ring. So, without any more delay, because I know he's probably wanting and itching in the back to cut a promo on me for how long it's taken me to do this speech and also the costume that I'm wearing. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in celebrating and congratulating this year's After the Bell Award winner, Danny Thunder.
Hello, everybody, PW Universe, friends, and family, and of course, none other than LG here. Yes, I do want to cut a promo, especially for the outfit. We had promised that you were not gonna wear it, but still, you did it. So, congrats. I like that. But that's not like a Viking dress up. But anyway, I thought it was gonna be difficult, and it is. It really is, because I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready at all. I'm not gonna hide this to you, because after coming back from that fantastic trip that I had with LG, that I got to share moments that we built during this time in PW. I don't know how to express myself today, because if I look back on everything that I did, on everything that I had to share with colleagues that then became friends, but even like brothers and sisters, it's a lot. I started 4 years ago as a trainer, and I think I lost the count of how many people came in that today we can call superstars, management members, and more. Like I said before, I like to call them brothers and sisters, because we are our community, and this community, it's not just, hey, there is a show coming up, we need to work. It's not just that. It's the chemistry, it's the feeling that we build day and night, especially for myself, because the timing is tough. Everybody knows where I come from. But I want to share something that is very, very important to me. When I decided to join this community of Second Life Wrestling, it was a long time ago. It was a very long time ago, and I couldn't even speak English. So for me, it was very difficult. And as the time was going, thanks to the people that I met, I could learn new things. I could learn by experiences, through the voice of the people that I met during this time. And I had a specific, even if it's silly, I had a specific dream. One day I'm gonna go visit London. Now, an excuse for an excuse. This guy here on my right that likes to dress like a Viking right now, that I love to death, we decided to meet up because there was a wrestling show. And of course, we got to share our passion with the other people having the same passion that we have, that we like to replicate in this virtual world. Now, what I want to say is, if I wasn't gonna join Second Life in general, and if I wasn't gonna join Second Life Wrestling, maybe I wasn't gonna go to London, and maybe I wasn't even gonna speak English at all, because that's how I learned this language. So, am I grateful? Yes, indeed. I will be forever grateful for this community, for this experience that helped me achieve a dream, even if it's a little one, because everybody travels. But hey, it took me 20 plus years to go to London, in England in general. But thanks to LG, that we set this little journey. I had a great time. He had a great time as well. And I want to share also this. I got the chance to meet Nishi over there. And for me, it's like a second mom. So she knows what this means. But this wasn't going to happen for this community. This community got bigger during the time. And I want to mention Vince. And I hate when he says that. He said, if it wasn't for you, we were not going to have all of this. I said, it wasn't just about me. because I was just there helping people. I was just there to make sure everybody was doing fine. And when it comes to the general view of a community, some people are not going to like you. Some people are going to love you. Some people are going to envy your position. Everybody knows that. But as long you work for a better day, that tomorrow is going to be a better day with a better experience, you're never going to be wrong. And that's all I did. That's all I did, because it's still important for me to these days, even if lately I've been in the shadows after the other side of me that we like to forget because it's better for everybody. But all I can say is thank you to everybody that helped me reach this achievement. And I'm glad to share this achievement with, of course, LG and Kia Northwood, that I love to remember every single time that I get the chance to do. There is so much more that I can tell about the Premier Wrestling universe and everybody that is involved in this. I'm just very, very happy that we keep growing, that we keep making things better every day. And I'm sure that tomorrow is gonna be for sure better than yesterday. Thank you, everybody. I'm gonna get this achievement and keep it tight with me. And hopefully I'll see you soon. Enjoy the day, and congratulations to Derek and Fire, of course.
Wow, that was just completely amazing. Congratulations, Danny. You have earned every bit of that award.
Yes, Danny Thunder. Ladies and gentlemen, come on, let's keep going a little more for him. He's definitely earned it. Ooh, all right. Yes. Oh, I'm little deaf. You never really get used to that. So, congratulations to Danny Thunder there. And after the bell, and that's what it truly means. You know, when everybody goes home, when we're all off to do whatever we do afterwards, you know, no judgments. That's when you really earn that After the Bell award.
Exactly.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, our next presenter, again, a man who should have no entrance, but I am contractually obligated to. He signs all of our contracts. There's two, count them, two signatures, and his is always on there. That's why I'm literally contractually obligated to say so.
I was just going to say that he signed your paycheck, too.
Well, that signature does vary, but we're not supposed to talk about that. We're not supposed to give away that secret, Rebel. So calm down, Rebel. We're giving away too much information here. Oh, wow. Woo. Goodbye, fourth and fifth wall. Just remember, HR, she's the one that did it, not me.
Hey, don't look at me. I was just reminding you of, how you can afford those very large suits that you wear.
All right. Well, I'm going to move on before we just tell all the company secrets. Ladies and gentlemen, our next presenter is none other than Vince Aftermath.
Wow, 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 wow. Look at what we have here. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. This is awesome. All right, all right. What's going on, everybody? Welcome, 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 welcome to the Premier Wrestling Hall of Fame. What a day, what a day, what a day. Absolutely loving this. This is good stuff. This is good stuff. First of all, thank you everyone for coming. As you can see, I mean, these are real people. I mean, these are real people. And I got to tell you, they love this. The cheers, the boos, everything that you do, they love it. So if you don't got a cheer gesture, if you ain't got a boo gesture, if you ain't got some type of gesture out there, get one of those people. And I'm talking about, I want you to spam this chat when they come out here. When Derek comes out, when Fire comes out, I want you to spam. I want you to cheer your hearts out because they deserve this day. I'm so serious about that. Thank you all for coming, though. I really appreciate it. Thank you, Wyatt Parker and his team. Thank you so much. There you go. Yeah. The committee, y'all did a fantastic job. Fantastic job. And, thank you to our past Hall of Famers. Thank you all. You helped us get to this point. And, of course, thank you to Derek Zane and Fire Ember. You all have done an amazing job, and I'm so freaking happy. What a class this year, huh? This was freaking awesome. So that's awesome stuff. So I'm glad to be here tonight, and I just wanted to say a couple things about my good old buddy, Derek Zane. Today is really a special day for all of us here at Premier Wrestling, but especially for me, because I get to stand here and talk about someone who has had a huge impact, not just on my journey, but on the entire Second Life Wrestling community. That someone is Derek Zane. When I first stumbled into the world of Second Life Wrestling, believe it or not, that was almost 15 years ago. Yeah. I was just a rookie trying to figure out where I could fit in. Back then, there weren't that many wrestling feds back then. There were maybe a few wrestling feds here and there, whatever, but there were a lot of wrestlers, a lot of people. They're all trying to get a spot. I applied everywhere to be a performer, rather be commentator, referee, whatever it could be. I applied all over the place. I'd show up to shows and I'd harass people, if you didn't know. I'd reach out and try to get anywhere I could. But there was only one place who gave me that opportunity, and that was Over the Edge Wrestling. That was the OEW. That's where I met Derek Zane. From the moment I walked in, yep. I'm telling a story, Derek. I'm telling it. He and the rest of the team, they welcomed me in. Even though I was a brand new guy, I had been on the SL for maybe a week, maybe a couple days, I can't remember. And I was wearing this cheap outfit. I was like the Undertaker. And I had this freebie outfit. And some of you old cats, you know what I'm talking about. It was on the X Street. They call it Marketplace now, but it was called the X Street back in the day. And I was trying to be the Undertaker. I'd stand outside and I'd look at people and I'd stand in the ring and I'd go harass other people, other wrestling feds and stuff. Oh, yeah, I was in the OEW. I was big shit, baby. But, I came across Derek Zane one day and he said, man, you've got to do better than that. Be your own character. Be your own person. And that's how Golden Boy was created. That sort of person is who he was. Someone who pushes you. Someone who helps you find your identity. someone who cares for you and wants you to be successful in this thing. Derek is one of those rare people who doesn't just keep his knowledge to himself. He's a real life wrestler, you know. He brought his experience to Second Life Wrestling and has always been eager to teach, guide, and lift others. He's been a locker room leader, a mentor, and sometimes, sure, we didn't always see eye to eye. I'm looking at Derek right now in spirit. Because if I look over there, he'd probably punch me in the face. We had our differences like anyone else does. But through it all, his dedication and his genuine care for the wrestling business, not just for Premier Wrestling, but the entire whole wrestling community has always shown. As Derek steps into the Hall of Fame today, I want to say thank you. Thank you, Derek, for being the guy who gave me a shot when nobody else would. For being that leader who helped so many of us find our way, and for always being willing to share your wisdom and your knowledge. You've made a lasting mark on all of us. And as we celebrate you today, we're not just honoring your past contributions. We're looking forward to everything you still have to give, because I know you're not done teaching us yet. Congratulations, Derek. You deserve it. You deserve it, sir. Don't you ever say you don't. We're all better because of you. That's it.
Thank you, Vince. That was very heartwarming and touching.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Vince Aftermath. All right, we are not only giving you a peek behind the curtain, we're tearing it down, doing hot yoga in our Lycra suits.
Yeah, we didn't need to know that.
That's exactly what we're doing here. But hey, it's the Hall of Fame, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey,
it is the Hall of Fame.
And it's Hall of Fame. Anything could happen in the next, 2 hours?
Hey, we're going to be here as long as we're going to be here. But hey, if anybody else here feels fatigued, maybe a little dizzy, this next presenter, or actually, no, not a presenter. Is he a presenter? I don't know.
He is.
Either way, he is. Okay, so this next person coming out can absolutely help you with it. So I am him all of your medical questions, like right now. Just flood his eye.
Welcome to the stage, our very own Dr. TLC.
What's your emergency?
Wow, ladies and gentlemen, the lag is real, am I right? This is such an awesome crowd. Look at all of you. Look at all of you. Man, what an honor it is to be here today, standing before you guys right here in the Hall of Fame. Oh, wow. All right. Well, I just got a little bit to say, and I'm going to share it now. Wow, just Premier Wrestling. What can you boys say about it? I mean, me personally, does it fulfill the need to chase the thrill? Yeah. Does it give your boy the critical moments that push me to my limits, facing overwhelming odds, only to find that inner strength I need to succeed that's inspired by each and every one of you here today? Hell yeah. You know the name, you know the brand. Whether it's the sharp, intense moments only found on Attitude or the edge of your seat, unstoppable action only found on Overload, Premier Wrestling is the premiere to some of the best moments ever found in Second Life. That's right. I want to take a moment to reflect on what this platform has meant for me. Thank you. You know, it's hard to believe that it's already been well over 2 years since I went from a rookie to becoming a champ. The goal has always been the same, the fans. And I can't describe the absolute thrill I get every time I face an opponent in the ring and I turn just for a moment to see the smiles in their faces, the chanting, their expressions of joy, forgetting for just a moment all the troubles they may have in their day-to-day life. It's in those moments that none of their personal struggles matter. Because what they see in the ring is a true testament of good versus evil, the faces versus the heels. What you learn from seeing us in the ring are many things. For one, sometimes the good guys don't win. Sometimes we fall. Sometimes we're overwhelmed by the opposing forces. This shows you that even your heroes are human too. We bleed too. We have feelings and sometimes give in to them. And sometimes we have our moments of weakness too. What a great lesson in life, right? It's when we fall that our fans realize that maybe being only human is not such a bad thing. They can relate with us. When we fall, the fans understand because now they see that we're just like them. And it brings us closer than ever to those intimate moments where the good guys lose. But you know, anything about heroes in Premier Wrestling is that the good guys don't stay down. We may be down but not out. In those moments of weakness, the best testament of our character is what we do when we're down. Do we stay there or do we get back up? Do we rise again, fight again, train harder than ever before, and face those overwhelming odds with the fire in our eyes and the drive to persevere with the indomitable human spirit? This is what it means to be a superstar in Premier Wrestling. To not only challenge the insurmountable odds, but to overcome them. And when the heroes rise again, overthrowing those who mean to harm us, the roar of the fans is unmistakable as they see in our eyes, as they see their lives in ours. They see the triumph of the human spirit, and they realize that if your boy TLC can do it, they can do it too. So for every fan who comes out looking for encouragement, they don't need to go any further than what we've built here together. Premier Wrestling is the playground and the battlefield where lives are inspired to push themselves to the next level. Now I want to congratulate our 2 inductees to today's Hall of Fame. One of them, I believe firmly in my heart, deserves it without a shadow of a doubt, while the other, well, he doesn't need my praise. Because I'm pretty sure his ego will more than suffice. I'm kidding. Kinda. Maybe. Anyway, day 1, when I was drafted to the main roster, backstage in my first show, you can imagine how nervous I was. Fire Ember was the very first person to reach out to me in private and welcome me with open arms to Premier Wrestling. She took my nerves that I had and lifted me up with encouragement. And I'll never forget how that one act of kindness she showed me on my very first day launched me into the career I have today. Sometimes all it takes is a kind word and a smile. And Fire gave me both on my very first day. So if you see your boy TLC kicking ass in the ring, take a moment to thank Fire Ember for what she did to a shy rookie like me. Fire Ember deserves to be here today. She works hard, and it's undeniable that her voice is synonymous with Premier Wrestling. I can't get through a show without laughing my ass off whenever I hear a hiccup while commenting. You know what I'm talking about, right? She loves her drinks. She's a classy lady who loves to party, and to be honest, I think we all can relate with that. Fire Ember is the manager and close personal friend to one of my own close personal friends, Wish. In the same way Fire lifted me up early in my career, you can see that love and enthusiasm play out to this very day whenever you see her join Wish on stage, dancing and lifting her up as well. Some faces you'll never forget, and I believe Fire is one who will be immortalized in our minds and hearts forever. So, congratulations, Fire. You deserve this. And in the spirit of you, I raise a glass to you tonight. Yeah, that's right. Make some applause for her. Go ahead. Go for it. Yeah. Now, moving on to our other inductee. That's right. He's the only name you need to know. Derek Zane. And what could be said about him, you ask? Well, yeah. I'll start by saying he did give me a really good run for my money last season. And to this day, he still hasn't paid the money he owes me for wrecking my car. But I'm not here about that today. I'm not going to talk about that. The battle is for our lawyers to hash out, and may my lawyers soon prevail. Nah, seriously though, Premier Wrestling is nothing without its heels, right? They're essential, the yin-yang that provides balance to this federation. Without them, there would be no conflict, no pressure, and no one will be pushed or challenged to reach the next level. Derek Zane is one of those superstars you can't ignore, because he won't let you. Derek Zane has built his career on his unmistakable, infectious charisma and pushing the envelope in every way. His raw strength and his pride are two tenets of his personality that truly makes him a name you need to know. Back when I first met him, he was actually a face like me. We were pitted against each other, and honestly, I've always loved the guy. You just can't not be drawn to him, right? So even though we had no qualms with each other back then, we each wanted to give the fans a memorable show. And how do we do that? That's right, with a dance battle. Two titans in the ring, slugging it out punch for punch, rushing to the middle of the ring, and out of nowhere, we stopped and broke out into a dance-off. A dance-off that, admittingly, I may have gotten a bit carried away as I rushed toward him with my arms out, expecting him to lift me up just like they did on Dirty Dancing, but sadly it ended differently than I expected. Still, you couldn't find a single fan that wasn't busting up laughing and having a good time. So, no matter how or where you see Derek Zane, you will not be able to walk away without having something memorable thanks to him. So even though we may have our differences now, I also have to say, congratulations, Derek Zane. You too have earned this. And with that, I thank you, Premier Wrestling. Take care.
All right, TLC, let's hear it again. Now, there were a lot of metaphors in there. Oh, wow. Oh, lots of TLC love, absolutely.
I think the fans like him.
Yes. Now, there were a lot of metaphors in there, in what he said, but I actually believe that fire could literally lift Wish up with that drunk strength. And no, ladies and gentlemen, no. Rebel and I will not be having a dance-off. We're actually working out together here.
No.
It's okay.
Not this year. Maybe next year.
Yeah, maybe next year. We'll see where the cards fall next year. All right, folks. Well, this next speaker who is coming out. Now she's only been here for a little while. In comparison, yes.
You might be jumping ahead. Unless somebody is talking to you in your ear, because that's not who I've been told.
Yeah, hey, Steve, no, go back to the 4 cue cards over it. Thank you so much. All right, let's hear it for Steve, ladies and gentlemen. Let's hear it for Steve. Oh, he needs some coffee. Yeah, Steve, ladies and gentlemen. All right, yeah, just had to work on a little slip up there to make it seem more realistic.
It's okay.
Now, our first inductor. Yes, inductor. We're not talking about trains, ladies and gentlemen. Over the years, I've known this next, our first inductor for the night, and I absolutely call him a friend, even though he's gone through various different phases. Either way, his energy is just unmatched, and his randomness is unprecedented.
And, this particular presenter is there's really not much to describe him. He is a Hall of Famer and our very own Isaiah Jenkins.
Bitch, I'm the man. Give me my spot on that drum.
Yeah. All right. That's enough for me. It's not about me. Production for once. Let's stop it. All right. Cool. First of all, X, love you to death, my guy. You know, one of these days we're gonna have to, run the knuckles back again. We're good. I love X. Second of all, Vince, you motherfucker. You stole my whole shit. That's the last time I share notes with you. It's okay, boss man. I love you too. But I'm here to talk about Derek Zane. Derek Anthony Zane. He's one of the driving forces behind the creation of multiple feds. He was in OEW, UHW, Intense Wrestling, New Millennium Wrestling. I believe he was the creator of like a joint group that tried to unify all these wrestling groups at the time. I forget the name of it. I think it was a Virtual World Wrestling Alliance or something like that. The guy has a lot of accolades, but behind all his accolades is a guy who will teach you while making you laugh. And I cannot tell you how many times that I've wanted to punch this guy in the mouth because he's made me almost break out of character, let's just say, because he's saying something so ridiculous backstage. I'm sitting there like, God damn it, I have to go out there and follow this guy, But the things he tells you is like, it's a life lesson with Derek Zane. And he'll teach you things that you didn't even know, or you thought you knew, but you knew it wrong. And he'll make you laugh about it because he'll throw like silly stuff in there with the lesson, and it'll stick in your head for months, days, years later. Derek Zane is not only a titan of the wrestling industry, he's a really nice person. He can come off as a bit of a butthole, the best of us do, Derek. I love you, guy. We're both buttholes, but Derek Zane means well. Derek Zane is a guy who will give you exactly what you want. He'll give you exactly what you need, even though you don't want it at that time. And then you'll look back on it, you're like, dang, I really needed that, There was this one time, I'm going to share a personal story. And I can't remember what he said specifically, but it was back when I wasn't feeling the best. I had a touch of the Rona, and I had to go out, and I had a promo. I think it was against possibly Ren Blackheart at the time, but I had the Rona, and he was saying something backstage before the show, and I just like could not stop giggling up until the time I got my microphone, and the energy that his little jokes and speech gave me, it pushed me to go through the show when I thought I couldn't. And I know that there's a lot of people who will look back and say, dang, Derek taught me this little fact, or Derek Zane showed me something I didn't know about, wrestling in the real world versus Second Life, or Derek Zane, he has a lot of quirks, he has a lot of jokes. He has a lot of about as many personalities as I do. If you know, you know. But we're here to honor him. We're here to celebrate his long-lived and well-deserved flowers. Derek Zane, my guy, come up here and come up here and get your flowers, my guy. This is all about you. Everybody, ladies and gentlemen, the only name you need to know, Derek Zane.
Okay. Ladies, gentlemen, tiny tots. I'm not particularly good about getting accolades. I've been sitting here kind of cringing as this entire thing's been happening. And it's not that I want you to think I'm not appreciating this. My personal makeup, I'm not comfortable with people saying, hey, you're doing good. I don't like that. I thrive in self-negativity. All right. This is a very strange thing for me because I have a certain mindset about what a Hall of Fame is supposed to be. A Hall of Fame should be a reflection of a person's achievements throughout the entirety of their career. And as you can see, I'm still going. So I still got plenty of time to screw this up. So, with that said, I'm going to make a personal vow to be worthy of this position from here on forth in everything that I do. To be worthy of the men and women who have come before me and those who will follow after me. And I'm going to ask those of you who come in the classes that follow myself in fire that you also hold yourself to this standard, that you do everything in your power, in your ability to be worthy of the accolades that people wish to give unto you. And I'm going to be honest, I'm terrible at remembering whatever accolades or accomplishments I've achieved because that's just who I am. So I'm going to get all the serious crap out of the way now, all the mushy, lovey crap that I'm just not comfortable with, so that I can be the Derek Zane that you know and love to hate. Because let's make it clear, without the only name you need to know being out there showing you the benchmark that none of you little nose picks could ever achieve to stand up to, you wouldn't have a guy to cheer for like TLC. You wouldn't have people to cheer for like Danny Thunder, that pompous, posturing popcorn fart of a human being. You need people like Derek Zane to be the benchmark, to be the mountain that you want to climb, but you know you can't because the moment you get up there, you're just going to get snapped off. And come full circle, Chris Hollywood, you absolute dribbling. I'm not going to say the word because there's babies around. You get the S10 title ready for Derek Zane to collect like a shiny trophy, a little keepsake, something to cash in for what is true greatness, the world's title. And I'm coming for it, TLC. Damn well be ready for it. Full circle. Number 2, Derek Zane. Number 1, suck on it. Now you can cheer.
Derek Zane, everybody. Congratulations again, Derek.
Yes, congratulations to Derek Zane. Derek Zane, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, that's it. Get all the cheers out now, because come full circle, you may not be cheering.
Exactly.
Or he may not want you to cheer. The only name you don't cheer. There you go.
Exactly. So, you know, actually, we're getting close to our final inductee, but I've been told that we've got another person that has something that they wanted to come out and talk to everybody about. Do you know anything about this?
Well, yeah, I think, I don't know if Steve can get the cards right up there. I believe we have, I don't know. Wait, Steve says we have 10 people coming. I don't know. I cannot confirm that, ladies and gentlemen.
I can't
cannot
either.
confirm that number. But you know what? Let's just screw Steve. Let's not even think about Steve. This next speaker coming out, she hasn't been here all this long, and no, people, this is not deja vu. Okay, we're actually getting to that point. But she has made quite the impact. When she speaks, a lot of people listen. And let's just put extra pressure on her as well. So everybody
Right.
make certain to zoom right in on her, just cam lock on her. Let's see how she handles the pressure. Who is it? Who is this rebel? Who's coming out?
My sources have told me that it is Desi Darkheart.
Guys, you can cut that music. And X, man, added pressure, and you already know. Anyways, guys, I'm honored to be here and to have been asked to speak to all of you tonight. So why don't we just get to that? So wow, you guys, standing here tonight, I feel kind of the same way I did my very first day in this company. If you can't tell, nervous, excited, and not totally sure I belong up here. But I guess it's kind of fitting because the two people we're celebrating tonight, Fire Ember and Derek Zane, are both a big reason so many careers found direction. So my feeling is when rookies step into this world, most of the time, they're expected to sink or swim on their own. Let alone surviving in this business, it's rough. And not everyone takes time to guide them. But Fire and Derek, they're different. They've always been the ones reaching back, giving a hand forward, and making sure the next generation had a fighting chance. So let me start with Fire Ember. Fire has been so many things in this business: a manager, a commentator, a storyteller with a voice that fans tune in for, and a mind that sees the business in ways no one else does. She's been a friend. And every detail of every story, every emotion in that ring, she sees it and she amplifies it and makes sure the world feels it too. That's not easy, that's a gift. But for me, Fire, you've been a guide. You've been a calm voice when I couldn't find my own. I'm gonna tear up. So let me take a breath here. But what makes Fire Hall of Fame worthy isn't just the microphone work, it's the way she invests in people. When others feel lost or full of doubt, she has this way of cutting through the noise with just a few words. She helps people see themselves as more than the chaos in their heads, more than the doubt that weighs them down. Ask anyone in that locker room, they'll tell you. Fire's fingerprints are on their growth. Her guidance has shaped their careers, built confidence, and changed lives. That's a legacy that lives forever. Now, the only name you need to know, Derek Zane. Derek is the heart in the locker room. He's that uncle you never knew you had, keeps you laughing all the time, takes care of the nerves when you can't get them together yourself. A good laugh is worth a lot, trust me. He's also the one that checks in on you if you're having a rough time, the one who makes sure you know where the ice packs are after a rough match, and the one who doesn't just watch your match, but gives you real feedback that makes you better. Decades of experience, a career filled with consistency, grit, and toughness. Derek Zane could have kept all of that to himself, But instead, he chose to share it. He chose to open the door for others, and he chose to pull people aside and remind them, you belong here, now let's make you better. That's who Derek is. Not just a wrestler, though his work in the ring deserved to be remembered forever. He's a teacher, a mentor, a steady hand in the storm. For years, he's been the kind of presence that turns a locker room into a family. And that's what ties Derek and Fire together. Both gave their hearts to this business in ways that go beyond wins, losses, or titles. They gave themselves to the people around them. They gave themselves freely and gave guidance, honesty, and stability, and sometimes the tough love that no one else wanted to hear but everyone needed. The truth is, Fire reminded voices that they mattered, even when doubt said otherwise. Derek reminded people that they had a place in the locker room, even when their fear made them question it. Those aren't just wrestling lessons, those are life lessons. Tonight's about more than just their careers. It's about honoring the sacrifices, the nights when no one was watching but they kept working anyway, the moments of guidance that may never make highlight reels but built the foundation of this company. So on behalf of every rookie who found confidence because of Derek, and every voice that found strength because of Fire, thank you. Thank you for showing that this business isn't just about fighting in the ring, it's about fighting to lift each other up too. You both deserve this night, this honor, this recognition, and the Hall of Fame is brighter because your names are in it. Congratulations, Fire Ember. Congratulations, Derek Zane, and welcome to the Hall of Fame. And to both of you, thank you for paving a path that every single one of us can believe in.
Desi Darkheart, ladies and gentlemen. Wow, I'm feeling that one. I'm feeling that one.
On that tonight.
Oh, from the mouths of babes, and I don't mean that in a misogynistic way. I mean that as in rookie. She's in her rookie year. So let's do that. Let's hear it. Let's hear it for Fire offering liquid courage and Derek Zane offering verbal courage.
You know, it makes me think back to my rookie days. You were around during those.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. So I understand the butterflies and all of that she's going through, having to come out and lay it all out on the table, so to speak.
Yes. And Desi, for what it's worth, I still get them myself, even to this day.
Yep.
So that's the good news and bad news. It never goes away, or it should never go away. But our next speaker coming out, yes, they help us tremendously. I try to give as much love and birdseed as I possibly can back to this individual who does so much for us. And now, instead of making certain our microphones work, they're going to come out here and use the microphone.
It's a once-in-a-lifetime event. I want to welcome to the stage Raven Nevermore.
Oh, sorry. Call. Speak.
Get over there out of the way.
No, she needs to come out.
Move it.
Oh, I finally get to say, cut my music, please. All right. Wow, what a crowd. Good evening, everyone. You know, when they told me I had 15 minutes to talk to you, I thought to myself, oh, that's longer than Sabrina and Vince's relationship. of course I'm joking, because in Second Life and away from kayfabe, I love working with both of them. But we're not here to talk about that, because tonight all eyes are on the main event. My mentor, Fire Ember, and the only name you need to know, Derek Zane. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight is special because tonight we honor a man whose name truly says it all. In fact, as he's reminded us over and over again, he's the only name you need to know. And after the career he's had, you'd be crazy to forget it. I call him my beef taco, not because he's spicy, not because he's messy, but because every time he wrestles, it's a full meal deal. Hard shell, extra beef, and no nonsense. Derek says he didn't come here to play, he came here to win. Even when he loses, he still wins, which is funny because the only thing he's ever truly lost is his patience with me on commentary. You know Derek's serious about wrestling because he's the only guy I know who can cut a promo so intense it makes even Siri afraid to talk back. But in all seriousness, tonight is special because tonight we honor a man whose name truly says it all. In fact, Derek Zane has been in this business for a long time. He's fought, clawed, and wrestled his way through every obstacle, every opponent, every high and every low this sport could throw at him. And through it all, he stayed true to exactly who he is. Serious about his craft, relentless in his drive, and absolutely unwilling to accept anything less than being the best. Now, let's not sugarcoat it. Derek Zane didn't come here to play nice. He didn't come here to make friends. He came here to win. And he made damn sure we all knew it. He's a heel through and through. He's rough, he's ruthless, and he's not afraid to push buttons, break hearts, or break bones, if that's what it really takes. And yet, in every arena, no matter how much heat he drew, you could always find a group of loyal fans. Fans who saw the fire and the passion and the absolute love he has for this business. Because that's the truth at the core of Derek Zane. Behind the bravado, behind the snarls, behind every villainous grin, there is a man who loves professional wrestling. A man who lives for it, who bleeds for it, and who has given us some of the best, most unforgettable moments in this sport has ever seen. And if you allow me a little personal note on commentary, I've had the privilege of calling Derek Zane's matches for a little while. And somewhere along the way, I gave him the nickname My Beef Taco. And don't ask me why. Maybe it's because he's tough on the outside. Maybe it's because he's full of flavor. Or maybe it's just because calling that it's affectionate. Because for all his rough edges, Derek Zane is someone I respect deeply. As a performer, as a competitor, and as a pillar of this industry. Derek, you've shown us what it means to fight for greatness. You've reminded us that wrestling isn't just about heroes and villains. It's about the passion, the grit, the storytelling, and the legacy left behind. So tonight we honor you not just as one of the best in the ring, but as a man who's made wrestling the spectacle we can't get enough of. You are indeed the only name we need to know. Congratulations, Derek Zane, on your Premier Wrestling Hall of Fame induction. And of course, I have so much to say about Fire. You know, when I first met her, I thought she was really passionate about wrestling. Turns out she's really passionate about some tequila too. She's the only manager I know who can cut a promo, manage 3 wrestlers, and still sneak shots into her water bottle during the show. That's what happens in Vegas. They say what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, unless she's there. Then it ends up the storyline for the next month's show. When I first stepped into the wrestling community as a commentator, I'll admit I was nervous. I knew my stuff, but I didn't know if I had the voice, the presence, or even the confidence to pull it off. That's when she came in, a woman who manages wrestlers I knew I wasn't gonna do this. Okay, sorry. She came in, a woman who manages wrestlers with passion, loyalty, and just the right amount of chaos, and who somehow manages to juggle being the mentor. Goodness, I'm a terrible speech maker, huh? Being mentor while also maintaining her legendary persona as the ultimate drunk party girl. And let me tell you, she doesn't just manage wrestlers. She manages to steal the spotlight every time she walks through that curtain. Now, when I say drunk party girl, don't get me wrong. She's not reckless. She's fearless. She's fun. She's wild. And she's got more strategy than steel. Oh my gosh. Whew. Than a steel cage match. And trust me, if you've ever partied with her, you'll know one thing. She cuts a better promo at 2 a.m. than most people do on live TV. But beyond the cheers, the laughs, and maybe a few spilled drinks, she's someone who really cares. She cares about her wrestlers, about her friends, and lifting up other women in this business. She took me under her wing when she didn't have to. Oh, I'm never doing this again. She taught me not just how to be a good commentator, but how to be me, how to be confident, how to be strong, and how never to apologize for taking up space in this crazy, loud, wild world we love. She is my superior in the hierarchy of wrestling. Sure, but she's never made me feel like I was beneath her. Instead, she made me feel like I belonged. That's the kind of leader she is. The kind who cheers your victories louder than you do, and who's always there with advice, encouragement, and maybe even a shot of tequila when you need it most. So tonight, I want everyone to do what this amazing community does best and make some noise. Let's hear it loud, because she deserves an ovation bigger than a WrestleMania main event. And finally, I just want to say thank you. Thank you for being the mentor I needed, the friend I didn't expect, and the party I didn't know I was invited to. You made me better, both personally and professionally, and I'm so lucky to have you in my corner. So everybody, let's raise a glass, because there's one thing she's taught us, is that every milestone deserves a celebration. To the woman who manages wrestlers, mentors rookies, and still can close down the bar, my friend, my mentor, and my forever tag team partner in this crazy business. She's absolutely deserves inducted into the Premier Wrestling Hall of Fame. Congratulations on being inducted to Premier Wrestling Hall of Fame, Fire. This one's for you.
Raven Nevermore, ladies and gentlemen, Raven Nevermore. And just to clarify, right before she came out, I got my John Travolta moment out with that Adele Dazeem. Was giving love to the production. I know, people think I make mistakes, like I didn't pre-plan this. But Ms. Nevermore, yes, we love you, we adore you, I adore you, and I may be asking you out on a date soon. But coming up next, just spilling all the tea. But, ladies
Can I go ahead and book the chapel for you?
Wow, that escalated so quick. Goodness gracious.
I just I gotta plan for the future. I gotta make sure I have the perfect dress.
Well, yes, you are an expert at being married. So, ladies and gentlemen, our next inductor.
Was that a jab or something?
I don't know what you're talking about. Come on, we're talking about the next inductor in HR. Come on, HR, help me out here. Hey, Burb, can we cut her mic for a minute? No? Okay. So this next inductor, when she comes out, she is magic through and through, and she has put a spell on all of us that not most of us really like. Energetic, sometimes. But she is, quite frankly, undeniable in the spells that she does cast on us.
Up next, we have PW's very own witchy bitch, Sabrina.
I swear to God, I saw
Wow. Thank you guys. Oh my goodness. Thank you. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, I have been asked to introduce this next inductee. Why? Why the hell would Fire ask for Hagatha? Simple fact of the matter is because I have known this woman my entire SL life. She's my best friend. I've seen her through thick and thin, good and bad. I know her better than I know myself. Now, we both joined SL within days of each other. Out of literally millions of people that we could have ran into, she was one of the first. She gave me my first job in SL. Like most of us from long ago, were the way to make money. Yes, ladies and gents, she taught me how to and emote and all of that fun stuff. Through the years, she would do breedables and drag me through joining this or that air quotes here club. But fast forward to 2021, I had joined Premier Wrestling, and I knew from the moment I had joined that I had to drag her ass in with me. That's right. So fall of 2021, I finally got her to join this madhouse. Now, back then, we didn't quite have the training programs that we have today. Okay? You know, Danny was just learning how to do what he does. And there were a few people whose names I won't repeat that had said that she couldn't do this or that she couldn't do that. But Fire, being Fire, didn't just say, hold my beer. For a couple reasons. One, actually, she doesn't like beer. And two, well, she just wouldn't leave alcohol behind. But she marched on and fought those little battles for all of us. Here we are now, September of 2025. Of all people, my Fire Ember has been inducted into the Premier Wrestling Hall of Fame. Therefore, ladies and gentlemen, it is my absolute pleasure to introduce you to Miss Fire Ember. This one's for you, bitch.
You guys are all making me cry. All right. Look, I've got a lot to say, so just bear with me here. This is wild. But the first thing I have to say is, I'm here, my bitches. You know I couldn't start without that. Whew, a lot of emotions today. So, usually you'll see me at the desk, talking a mile a minute, chugging drinks, and causing mayhem. But tonight is different. Tonight I'm actually trying to be serious-ish. So just bear with me here. First things first, I have to thank Hagatha Lord, Sabrina Ireland, because without her, honestly, I might still be curled up under a table somewheres with like a real strong margarita and a teddy bear. But for almost 18 freaking years, she has been my bestie, my sister, my partner in crime, and, okay, my occasional enemy. But don't tell her I said that. She might cast a spell that makes me hiccup glitter forever. So she comes to me one day and drops this bomb on me saying, hey, I joined a wrestling fed. And I was like, wait, wrestling? In Second Life? My brain exploded a little bit. And then like 2 seconds later, I was like, oh, hell yes. This is going to be fun. Flashing lights, drinks, heckling Sabrina. What more could I ask for? I was content just to be a fan. Sit there, sip my drink, and, make fun of Sabrina. It's what I was born to do. Live the dreams. Live the dreams on the sidelines. But the minute I walked into my first premier wrestling show, oh, wow. Total nostalgia hit me like a glitter bomb right to the face. It took me right back to those nights watching wrestling with my dad. The ring, the action, the yelling, the commentators. I was like, this is insane. And I love it. So, yeah, she started to try to talk me into joining. And I'm like, hell no. You've lost your mind if you think I'm going to get out there and talk in front of all these people. And she just stared at me and she's like, bitch, you never shut up. You'd be perfect for commentary. But I was like, no way. She wouldn't let up though. She nagged me for a month or more until I finally gave in just to shut her up. And here I am, 4 years later, standing in front of you all. The Hall of Fame. It's just it's an emotional honor to have. And then Hiram, the false prophet of the Anaconda Doa cult, surrounded by cultists, Kool-Aid drinkers, and still managing to scream silence at me like it's his favorite sport. Honestly, this man came out of nowheres and I was not prepared. I never know what he's going to be wearing or how wild his mustache is going to be that day. And he's always telling me his other favorite saying, don't panic. And as you can well imagine, that doesn't go over so great when I'm already panicking, right? He drives me crazy in the best way possible. He's always crashing into my whirlwind. And somehow through all that pandemonium, he has been my anchor, cheering me on, keeping me going when I thought I couldn't. He believed in me when I didn't believe in myself. He made me see that I could do more, be more, and even when I was convinced I wasn't ready. We insult each other constantly. We argue, we yell, we laugh, but underneath all of that, there's a lot of love there. A lot of respect. But I guess you could say ride or die kind of love. Without Hiram, I don't even know if I'd be standing here tonight. He's truly one of a kind, and I'm lucky to have him in my corner always, no matter what. Yes, I have a lot to say. I also want to thank Premier Wrestling for taking a chance on me and for giving me a place to step up, to learn, to fail, and to grow. And I never knew I had the skills I do. But Premier gave me the space to discover them. And along the way, I've learned so much more. I've learned what it means to trust myself, to trust others, to take risks, and to throw myself into something completely wild and not look back. You've given me a stage to be loud, to be ridiculous, to be myself. And somehow in the middle of all that madness, you made me feel like I belonged. You changed my life in many ways I can't even put into words. And for that, for letting me chase this dream. I would be grateful forever. Speaking of family, I gotta shout out my girls, Wish and Barry. Wi-Fi gaming babies. You two have been there through the chaos, the matches, the laughter, and all the late night shenanigans. Thank you for always having my back, for being part of this crazy ride, and for making it so much damn fun. I wouldn't trade a single second of it. There's so many names, so many people I could thank. DJ Quick, Vena the Kraken, Pognac, the Hoodoo Man, Danny Thunder, people who have had my back, pushed me, or just made me laugh when I needed it the most. There are just too many names to list, and if I tried, we'd be here till last call. Just know this, if you've been a part of my journey in the ring, backstage, in the stands, or in the madness after the shows, you've left a mark on me, and I carry you with me tonight. This honor is not just about me. It's about all of you who believed in me and in Derek. You pushed me, laughed at me, threw shade at me, and cheered me on. To my family and friends, my fans, my chaotic, beautiful Premier family, thank you for letting me live this wildest dream, for letting me be myself, for letting me bring the fire, the drinks, the madness every single week. So from the bottom of my tipsy, slightly chaotic heart, to Sabrina, Hiram, Wish, Barry, to Premier Wrestling family, and every single one of you has been a part of this insane ride. Let's keep the party going!
Whew, wow. Boy, I hope this is getting recorded for YouTube. Shameless plug. So,
Damn,
Rebel.
Wish, you left me in tears.
Yeah, so Rebel, even though we look like one half of that steering wheel lock the club, I'm hearing that we have something that we need to turn this way for, because there's no one sitting over here. So I'm going to look at this screen right here, and ladies and gentlemen, if you feel free to, fire. Surprise.
Look
You should
behind
watch the
you,
screen
darling.
too. Yeah, just turn right around. Oh yeah, it's happening.
I wanted to come and do this in person, but I was told I was uninvited. I wasn't invited to the Premier Wrestling Hall of Fame because apparently Vince Antimath is still a little mad and his ego's still a little shattered about what Bannock and I did. But it's not about us. It's not about Vince. This is about someone who proves they can bring the party and the passion all in one shot glass. And I'm talking about you, Fire. Fire, you're not just a commentator. You're the whole soundtrack of the party. I mean, every match you call, it feels like it's like last call at the bar. Loud, wild, unforgettable. And sometimes you're slurring your words. Sometimes you're hiccuping. But, you know, that's what happens when you're a drinker. And that's fine. But here's the real thing, and this is the absolute real thing, is when I came back, Fire made me feel that I was back at home. You know, I left Premier Wrestling. I came back, and, you know, it was a little awkward, I guess. But you know what? Fire was there, and she made me feel like home, and she talked to me. And, you know, I've seen her do this with a lot of people. I see her talk to people. I see her make people feel at home, whether you're a rookie, whether you've been here for a long time. You know, Fire's always there for you. And if you're lucky enough, and if you hang out with her one night, you probably missed work the next morning. You're probably late. You probably missed your alarm because you're probably up half the night drinking with her, because she could probably outdrink anybody sitting here under the table. It's crazy. Anyway, you lit this place with your passion, your humor, and you absolutely deserve this Hall of Fame more than anyone, Fire. And now that you're a Hall of Famer, you know, when you do go out with drinks, you got to pick up the tab, because that's what Hall of Famers do, right? You pick up the tab and you make sure everybody else is having a good time because you're the Hall of Famer and you got more money than everybody. But enough of that. Fire, I'm here to tell you that congratulations. You absolutely deserve this. I love you. And one last thing. Let's get this party started.
ladies and gentlemen, that was Paul Slater. Paul Slater coming to us not so live from somewhere in AVW.
Hey, he said he wasn't going to be able to make it because he wasn't allowed, so he did the next best thing he could.
Yes, he did.
I do want to take a minute and say, Wish. Sorry, not Wish. Wow, why am I thinking of Wish? I know why I'm thinking of Wish. Because of Fire. Anyway, Fire, Derek, it has been a pleasure working with you over the years. And nobody deserves this more than you two do. So congratulations to both of you.
Yes, congratulations. Let's hear it for Derek Zane and Fire Ember. Ooh, Rebel, boy, this is the only Hall of Fame with Thunder and where's my keys? There you go. There's the official tagline. Let's put that on a t-shirt.
What, Hiccup, where's my keys?
Yep.
Only you, X.
No, literally, it's Fire. Fire's the one that did it first.
She may have done it first, but you know. How about you make the shirts? I'll wear one.
Absolutely. And Sabrina, let's focus on Sabrina. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I think we all know that our friends know us well. In fact, they're supposed to know us best. So my takeaway from all of this is that Fire and Sabrina can, I gotta watch out because there's kids here, can beat each other up worse than anybody. Think about it. They can F-word you up worse than any enemy. So that detract from the next time they go at each other. Just know that it is really ridiculously real.
Yes. Friends are love-hate relationships, and these two have actually proven that it's about a 50-50 on the love-hate, unfortunately.
And that's what makes it so wonderful. And everybody, definitely you want to bookmark this when this comes out. You want to keep this in mind because this is probably the only time you'll see Derek Zane be that level of nice. And actually mean it.
Right.
Yes, absolutely. All right, folks. Thank you so much for coming out. And let's not forget, literally today, Full Circle. Everything's going to happen there. Chris Hollywood, protect your everything. Derek Zane's coming for you. And everybody get your drinks ready. Get extra drinks ready. Get some more drinks ready. Because like they said, Fire can drink. So don't be coming with just a couple of bottles.
Right? Hey, and if anybody's got a gym open, I will gladly use it because I need to make sure that I am ready to take Gina down once and for all.
Oh, extra shots fired. Anybody else want to fire some shots? Anybody else want to come out and shoot some shots all around? Or everybody here, stick to the Discord, come to the shows. You definitely want to pay attention to this Full Circle because we did it up big. We did it 110 big last year. Tell everybody. Let's double that. Full Circle this year, September 30th, 2025. Let's double that. Oh, whew.
Well, you know X, this has been a pleasure.
Yes. In fact, I'm just gonna switch sides. With you just so we can throw people off. Okay, there we go.
Oh my gosh, you're such a dork.
We're gonna do that inverted TikTok thing where everybody's shirts are on backwards or other way around.
Oh jeez. Don't make me put you in a box again.
Again. Oh yeah, I remember that.
Uh-huh.
Anyway, folks, special shout out to the one directing this. He worked his Badukas off, and I don't know if he will let me say his name, but I just want to give the director an applause right now, putting this all together, working the derriere off, if I can say that. Wait for Attitude to come out on YouTube. Go check that out. You'll know why I said there he is. Give it up. Give it up for him.
And before we close out for the evening, I do want to send a special thanks to Mr. Danny Thunder. And a congratulations as well. You have done so much, and you have absolutely earned the After the Bell. Congratulations one more time.
100%. Absolutely.
So, make sure you're at the show Thursday. And Full Circle is next week. Next week? Yes.
No,
next week.
2 weeks.
Week after
2
next.
weeks from today. 2 weeks.
Week
2
after
weeks.
next. Thank you.
September 30th. Thanks for coming. Yes, thanks for coming out, folks. And everybody, make certain to not step on the little ones over there. They're so adorable. That it's delicious. All right, folks.
Right.
Hall of Fame. Derek Zane, Fire Ember. Let's give it up for them. Let's give it up for the inductees, ladies and gentlemen. Derek Zane, Fire Ember. Everybody get home safe, or like Fire does, Uber everywhere. Thank you all.
Have a good night, guys.
Sure, this looks like nothing more than entertainment. But bodies have been beaten and bruised. Necks and backs broken. This isn't a game to us. Damage and wounds occur all over. So, whatever you do, remember, please, don't try this at home.